It's morning here in Austin, Texas, and thank you so much for tuning in. I genuinely like to start these videos with an awareness for the fact that these little videos that I do are my attempt to help in some small way. Going through recovery work from infidelity or addiction, or infidelity and addiction, is awful. And it really always shocks me when I talk to people and they minimize the pain that they're in, whether they're unfaithful or whether they're betrayed. And I was just on the phone a little while ago before I started today's filming session. And I was talking to a gentleman and he just kept minimizing, and I said, John, we'll call him John, let me stop you. You keep minimizing your pain. Has anybody validated how awful this is for you? And John fell apart crying, and so we had a good little talk. And I think there's moments that I hope that in some small way I can validate how hard this is. Whether you're unfaithful, whether you're betrayed, whether it's both. This is gut-wrenching. Regardless of what side you're on, this is absolutely awful. And so it took guts for you to even press play today. I'm honored for every time you've pressed play, every time you've come back. I'm really honored that you would spend a few minutes with me. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to, and I'm struggling on what the best title is, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to share with you today. It's how to get unstuck. It's how to develop some momentum. It's how to experience a bit of a shot in the arm if your recovery work needs it. It's a way to kind of feel like, okay, you know what? I feel like we're kind of sputtering. I feel like our engine is missing. We're not firing on all cylinders. Sam, help us kind of, for racers, downshift and punch it. Help us get some momentum back. Sam, what can you do? We're just floundering. Well, today, I'm going to share with you a few quick things that can help you really start to develop some newfound momentum. I'm going to apologize up front. Some of this stuff might piss you off. I'm never going to try and piss you off. But all of these today are from discussions I've had with therapists who have shared with me some of the most quintessential truths that they share with their clients to help them heal. This is not exhaustive, but it's a good list. Number one, if you are looking for a shot in the arm to recovery work, unfaithful, work is hard on restoring your relationship as you did on the affair. Sam, damn it, that's offensive and that's rude and that's just shaming me. No, it's not. To stay in an affair for any length of time takes an incredible amount of work. To hide, to cover your tracks, to always remember what you've said, to not get exposed, to manage the relationships. If we were to spend as much energy and hard work on saving our relationship or marriage as we did as managing the affair or addiction or affair partners or hiding our addiction or any of that, I would tell you, and therapists would agree, that our recovery work would actually gain a significant amount of momentum. Now, I can hear you. Sam, you're shaming me, the unfaithful. That's throwing my choices in my face. That is just attacking me. Absolutely not. Let me break it down. Here we go. Number one, as an adult, love is a choice, not a feeling. In middle school, love might be a feeling, right? Even in high school, it's a feeling. But love is a verb. Yes, love is a choice. And you may not feel all of this stuff that you felt towards your affair partner, right? You've probably read the articles on chemicals and limerence and oxytocin and dopamine and the adrenaline involved in an affair. And Sam, I don't have that towards my spouse. So what? If you're serious about trying to save your relationship, it's not about feeling. Maybe this is a time in your life to not be moved by feeling and be moved by choices and doing the right thing. And you can do recovery work even if you don't feel it. We're so used to feeling it, we're addicted to feeling it, that there comes a point where we have to learn how to say, you know what? It's not about what I feel, it's about making right choices. Ask yourself, how much energy Now, I know some of you may have just had one-night stands and that type of thing, but ask yourself, how much time and energy, labor did you put into the affair? Are you doing that in repair work? Are you doing twice as much as that? Because I assure you, the betrayed is expecting that. They want that. And quite honestly, they're going to need that. Number two, I was talking to a therapist that I so love and respect, and she's brilliant. She said this the other day. She said, when a spouse or partner decides to become the volunteer instead of the victim, the relationship can flourish. And I said, whoa, say that again. Let's talk about that. It's easy for us as an unfaithful or a betrayed to remain a victim and to stay in a victim mentality and remain victimized. But there's a shift when either one of us decides, no more victim. I'm volunteering to do work. I'm volunteering to participate. I'm volunteering. I'm signing up. There's initiative. I'm going to volunteer for this thing, and I'm not going to keep looking back. I'm not going to keep holding on to my pain to the point that it encumbers me to do repair work. No more victim. I'm volunteering for this. And that takes time. I know some of you are like, well, Sam, I don't know if I want to volunteer for that. I get it. If you're going to heal your relationship, you're going to have to move from a victim to a volunteer. That's unfaithful and betrayed, because we unfaithful are masters at, well, my childhood, or you hurt me, or you rejected me. And so we constantly victimize ourselves. Move from a victim to a volunteer. Sign up for repair work. Show initiative. Decide to stop letting your past, your choices, victimize you, and decide, nope, you know what? I'm here. I'm volunteering to do this work. Let's go. When you are a volunteer instead of a victim, you learn to fight alongside each other. Not with each other all the time, but you fight alongside each other, fighting to heal, fighting to repair, fighting to re-encounter joy and unity and love for each other and a sense of compassion for each other. You're not constantly fighting each other. You say, you know what? Hold on. Let's fight alongside each other. Next, and this is something that's funny. It's true in professional sports, any type of competitive environment, and it's true in repair work. There comes a point where you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's face it, repair work is hard. Your relationship has been shattered. It is not a very comfortable experience every single day. It's not comfortable to try and talk about things if you're not a talker. It's not comfortable to get in touch with your feelings when you've never been like that. It's not comfortable to talk about the worst choices you've ever made as an unfaithful, and it's not comfortable as a betrayed to go to repair work or tell people your story or have to admit that your spouse or partner has made the choices that they've made. But you know what? If you're going to heal, you're going to have to learn how to accept being uncomfortable and find a new normal. Not a pretend normal, a new normal. To say, you know what? This sucks. I hate this. But you know what? I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to learn how to be comfortable. I'm going to find a way to be comfortable despite the fact that I am so ridiculously uncomfortable. I'm coming out of my skin, but this situation requires me to find a new normal. When we hold ourselves up to unrealistic expectations, we are just not comfortable. When we keep shaming ourselves or minimizing our grief or our pain, and we keep just marginalizing ourselves, man, we just aren't comfortable. And I know some of you might be saying, Sam, this is ridiculous. No, it's not. It's possible. It's a mental shift. We control the narrative, which we can say, you know what? I don't like this, but I need this. And I'm going to put on my big boy pants or my big girl pants, and I'm going to find a way to be comfortable, even though I'm more uncomfortable than I've ever been, maybe. That's okay. You can do this. We can do hard things one day at a time. Next, I hope you're still with me. These have been hard today. These have been pretty, shall we say, confrontive. Next is to hold each other accountable. Now, I don't know the status of your relationship. Some unfaithfuls, as well as some betrayeds, they don't want to be held accountable. They just want to do what they want to do. They want to act out, be angry, what have you, and not be held accountable. But there is a significant shift in a relationship when both spouses have a moment where they say, you know what? I want you to hold me accountable. Unfaithful and betrayed. I promise you, one of the most significant shifts you will ever find in your repair work is when both spouses say, yeah, I want you to hold me accountable to my choices, to my reactions, to my repair work, to reading, to going to therapy, my own therapy, watching videos, all the things. I want you to hold me accountable, and I want to hold you accountable. Let's fight alongside each other. If there's one thing I see in this construct is that so many times we think that a relationship can survive and thrive based upon one spouse or partner's work. You can't. You can't. If you're the one that's doing all the work, you're going to run out of steam. And the relationship cannot sustain one person's work. If you're the person that's floundering, apprehensive, constantly picks apart my videos, talks about how long my hair is, talks about all the different stuff that you may have read on Reddit files and thoughts and all this stuff. Look, I get it. When's the time when you decide, I'm going to volunteer to do repair work, not remain a victim? I'm going to receive influence from other people that can be trusted, who are safe, who are experts. When's the last time you said, hey, hold me accountable, and then they did and you weren't a jerk about it? When's the last time you said, you know what, you're right. We need to get on the same page. Hold each other accountable in a gracious, compassionate way so that we can heal, we can move forward. Finally, my last one for you today is to stop running everything through your filter alone. Your experiences are not the only experiences. Your spouse is having another experience. They're going through their own pain, their own hurt. So if you run their pain, their hurt, their shame through your filter, you probably don't get it. So if you run everything through just your filter as a betrayed or as an unfaithful, it's not going to make sense. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to be able to grab hold of it because you're running everything through your filter. It's incredibly frustrating. It's incredibly agonizing. It just makes you feel like you are caught in just this insane soap opera that makes no sense, that you just are like, I don't get it. I know, I so know. I used to do it all the time, run everything through my filter, but I'm not the other person. I'm not seeing, no matter how much I try, I'm not seeing it the way they do, so I'm judging them or shaming them rather than trying to understand them. Perhaps you're not seeing things objectively because you're hurt, you're offended, you're wounded, you're angry. And as long as we are caught in those experiences, we are not going to be able to run that person through our own filter and completely comprehend what their experience is. That's why there's expert help. That's why there's trusted sources. As we say goodbye today, I want to say thank you for your kindness. So many of you reach out, whether it be Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, and say some of the most encouraging, uplifting, heartwarming things. Some of you talk about my need for a haircut. Okay. Some of you talk about my grammar. Sure. I get it. We're all in this together. There's always going to be the people that don't like me and find offense in everything and anything I say. Hey, look, it's okay. My hope is that you find healing here. I'm honored that some of you who are regulars constantly encourage me. It's more rewarding than I could ever tell you. I hope that today you find the courage to not give up on you. Let me just tell you, giving up on you never helps. You've got to be your own best coach, your own best friend, and sometimes your own best cheerleader. But there's me here today to tell you I'm cheering for you. I'm hoping for you. I hope that you can find some type of sun today in the middle of probably some heavy darkness. You can do this. I promise you, you are going to heal. If you can do these things and more, this is not an exhaustive list. Use these shots in the arm today and watch things change. Watch healing come at a level that you'll be shocked at in 6 months.